It's that time of year again. Don't forget to hang your missile toads. Have you hung your missile toads? Hello, Merry Christmas! My upload date happens to fall on Christmas Eve this year, so you get a Christmas Eve video. I did a poll about what was your favourite series on my channel. Autism Memes came up as the top favourite series, so I thought, okay, we can celebrate by doing a memes. I also polled, like, how people feel about Christmas in general, and I think meh was the highest response. So hopefully it'll just give us all a bit of dopamine, a bit of serotonin, a bit of neurotransmitter. I've got a mixture of some memes that my husband found on the internet and also memes from the Neurospicy Memes channel in my Discord server, which is connected to my Patreon. And they came through last time with all the good memes, so I trust them. Anxiety, but make it festive. Merry Crisis and a Happy New Fear. I hope none of you are fearful or in crisis right now. Oh no, on a 1 to 9 rubber dog scale, how are things going today? Okay, so it's like a giant rubber dog. It's there, then it's chilling at number 2, then at number 3. What's happening? Is it crashed into something there? Some sort of foliage, perhaps? So then number 4, it's not looking too great. It's had an impact. Number 5, looking like it's melting. Number 6, we're face planting. Number 7, the whole beak is in. I mean, maybe he's just eating from the water. Number 8, I don't know, there's chaos. And number 9, he's nearly sunk. Oh no, how are things going today for me? I'm feeling a 4 or a 5, I think, at this point today. How about you? How is your Christmas going on a 1 to 9 rubber duck scale? Please comment below. I don't have all, not even some of my ducks in a row. There's so many ducklings, they're so cute. But they're all in the same pond. So I have that going for me, which is cool. Oh, that's just really cute. They look so sweet and fluffy. My anxiety in December. A worried little cloud, and then it's a worried little cloud with some lights on. And that may or may not be how I feel right now with my hair tinsel in. Dunno. When people keep making noises that send you into sensory overload after you ask them to stop, it's a Furby with a knife. Oh, it's so difficult. It's so difficult to explain to other people who don't experience these noise sensitivities how they make you feel, how painful it can be, how much it gets under your skin. It's so difficult. I just wish people could just come into my brain just for a short time just to feel what it was like, so you would know that I'm telling the truth when I say these things really don't feel very nice for me. And it just always, my whole life has felt like I'm overreacting, I complain a lot, all these kind of things, and like, I don't think I'm a horrible person. If I can, I put on my headphones to block out sounds. I try and do things that I can on my end, but like, sometimes you got no choice. You have to be in the room, you have to be around people, and it's just like, oh, it would just be really helpful if you just maybe didn't do that thing that's making that noise right now. But then if you're talking to somebody who isn't bothered by that sound, they can get offended, or, it's kind of like, oh, just get over it. Why does that bother you? When you're cutting wrapping paper and your scissors start to glide is what I imagine heroin feels like. Oh my gosh, it is a good feeling, not gonna lie. The gliding scissors, it feels like you're flying. It's like you're soaring, flying. There's not a star in heaven that we can't reach just for like a split second. Like ice skating. If you didn't see my last TikTok reactions video, I reacted to somebody who has an autism but also dyspraxia diagnosis like me, who I've reacted to doing a few other things like carving a pumpkin and making a sandwich as well. And Cheryl was talking about the difficulties, the struggle of dyspraxic present wrapping, and it was highly, highly relatable. I do my best, I do my best. But yeah, no matter how much my scissors glide, I don't think my presents ever look that good, but it's a good feeling for a split second. Don't be sad that you're single during the holidays. Be happy that you don't have to buy gifts for them or their entire family. I don't even feel like I buy presents for that many people. Like, there are people out there who know a lot more people than I do. How much money do they spend at Christmas? It's insane. It's crazy. Me, when I'm trying to cancel plans and someone keeps coming up with solutions. This is the worst thing ever. No, this is terrible. Sometimes it's like so painfully obvious that you just don't want to do something, and when people just won't take no for an answer. I think kind of the best solution for this, and I learned this from Lewis, had like a group of guy friends and I became friends with them, and I realized that if we asked them to do something and they didn't want to do it, or anyone asked them to do something they didn't want to do it, they would just say no. And they didn't have this need, which in like the female friendship groups that I'd been a part of, they didn't have this need for this like fluffy extra of like, oh, I'd love to, hon, but I can't, because insert like elaborate story of why I can't, heart, but next time we should do it, that would be so amazing, kiss, and then you're never quite sure whether the person actually does want to do it or they're just saying it because they feel like they're obligated to. And with his friends, it would just be like, no. It was just more rigid boundaries, I suppose, and like I'm saying no because I'm allowed to say no because I don't want to do it, and that's that, and that's the end of it, and that has to be the end of it. Maybe it's somewhat on us a little bit that we need to be more firm in how we initially offer the information, but there are some people who just kind of continually push and like try and manipulate you sometimes into doing something that you don't want to do, and it's like, oh, maybe just accept it. I don't know, sometimes I've had it with very extroverted people who like can't comprehend why you wouldn't want to do something, so maybe to them they do think they're genuinely being helpful to try and find a solution for you, because they're like, oh well, I would love it if someone helped me to socialize more, but you're like, maybe not everybody wants to do that. When my therapist starts suggesting lifestyle changes, don't you dare touch my trash. Oh no, I definitely need to get better with going to bed on time and things like that. I've just got so much I'm excited about doing here, but I do kind of in the new year maybe need to have a look at, you know, cleaning up some of the trash. Me, I need to stop being lonely and talk to people. Someone hate me. I feel like particularly when I'm out in public and someone's just suddenly talks me out of the blue and I've been like kind of in my internal monologue or whatever, it's quite jarring. Oh, okay. Like, you know, when you run into someone in the supermarket and stuff like that, it's like you gotta do this whole transition to like, no, I'm in social mode, and then you worry that they're gonna think you're being rude or like you don't want to see them, but it's like, actually I was just kind of doing something else, and now I have to pivot to doing whatever we're doing here, which I was not prepared for. Cats are very relatable in general. Whenever someone says something slightly nice to me, unusually repulsive cat, startled by a gesture of affection. That poor cat. He has very skinny legs and a very, very round body, so I'm not quite sure how he's upright, and his eyes, he looks a bit like, I don't know, the Babadook. I don't know why, that's what I think of when I see him. His tail is also quite long in proportion to his, but I don't know. Yeah, some of the proportions are not right. There are a lot of whiskers as well. A lot of whiskers. And then potentially some bald patches. And then some very long fur as well. Yeah, there's a lot. But you know what? He's kind of cute. But yeah, startled by a gesture of affection. Yeah, sometimes I can have quite a prickly response to compliments, and I feel like I need to shut them down quite quickly. If my husband says, oh, you look nice, I'm like, no, I don't. No, I don't. Or like quickly point out a flaw. We've got, doctor, do you exercise? Me, I'm a runner. I run from my problems. I run late and I run my mouth. Oh no. The I run late one is probably the most relatable for me. I was gonna say I'm not late for work things, but that's because I work with my husband. When I go out and film events, I film them with my husband, so he comes with me. If he didn't come with me, he's very punctual and he has a very good sense of time. I find it so confusing that someone could have a sense of time that good. I'm like, yeah, but how do you know? If you've not been staring at the clock, how do you know how long things are actually gonna take? For me, the time blindness really gets the better of me. The ADHD love shorts that they do about time blindness, oh my gosh, I relate to them so much. I have a video I need to watch over that's supposed to go on my Patreon, and it's really long, and I was like, maybe today before I start filming I can just watch it quickly, and then I have to remind myself like that video is a certain length. There's no way to watch it quickly. I suppose I could watch it on double speed, but I don't intend to watch it over on double speed, so that's irrelevant. You can't do a quick 40 minutes, that just doesn't work. That cat's very sassy. I like their confidence. Thank you to the person on my Discord who posted all the cat memes. I enjoyed that a lot. Oh no, is that another cat one? This is why Jesus hasn't returned. He can't move till the cat wakes up. Is that autistic Jesus there? If you haven't seen my last evil autism video, the moment when autistic people recognize each other. That's all of us in my Discord server. That's how we all look at each other, all seeing ourselves reflected back at us. Watching my kid put ornaments in a big clump in one section of the tree. No! Yes, I gave my son a bit more freedom, and I had to constantly kind of tell myself, it's just fun, he's having a good time. But to be honest, if I was like, oh, I think there's too many there, maybe put that one there, he was very receptive to feedback. He did a good job. But then he had a little tree to decorate. I don't know, I assume it was mine when I was younger. He had some baubles that my mom had brought around to put on this little tree, and they're kind of too big for this tiny tree, and he wanted to put every single one on, and there were not enough branches for all of them. So some of them I said, oh, just put them on the big tree, but put them around the back, because they're just these like kind of quite small blue baubles that would look out of place. But this tree just looks ridiculous. It is like heavy with all these baubles on this tiny tree. It looks insane. I have to keep reminding myself he's having a good time. He's having it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a Christmas tree. The whole purpose basically is for him to have a good time. There's not really any other purpose to the tree. I suppose I'll have to look at it though. When you revive a special interest you already had years ago, whomst has awakened the ancient one? What is that? It looks kind of like a Teletubby, but also kind of like Spyro. What is it? I don't know. Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, this is like, I have worked with Babbel recently. They sponsored a video on the channel and I've been learning Polish again through the app, which I did like 8 years ago. I started learning Polish. It was kind of on the cusp of being a special interest and that's been really cool. I got my guitar down and played a bit of guitar the other day and my fingers, they can't handle it. It's like, oh no. It just reminds you of like how much you've let it all slip. Yeah, it is. It does feel a bit like coming home sometimes, coming back to old special interests. It can be a nice feeling. Maybe this Christmas you can revisit some of your special interests. Have some alone, mask-free time, look after yourself. Maybe that's the sign from the universe that we all needed to learn Polish and play guitar. Me! I am a strong, intelligent, college-educated woman. Also me. WED-NES-DAY. No. I still do that every time. If I didn't say that, would I know? I wouldn't know. We do like a little pub-style quiz when we go to Lewis's parents' house for a little takeaway night. And we take it in turns to do the quiz. And then whoever did it, was it Lewis's quiz? It might have been Lewis's quiz, my husband. And he did like a little spelling test in his quiz. He's done a little mental maths test as well once before. And I was like, this is not really what I want from, you know, the pub quiz. Thank you very much, calm down. But anyway, I just realized that how much I cannot spell writing by hand. I can only tell if a word looks right if it's through the computer. And I was like, to try and figure out how to spell things, I was like typing on the desk to try and work it out. But then that didn't really help. And when I got home, I typed out some of the words. I was like, it's so obvious when I see them typed. But when I'm trying to write by hand in my horrible, scraggly handwriting, I just have no idea. When someone touches me and I wasn't prepared for physical contact, that face is like exactly the phase of like some sort of sensory overwhelm. I feel like that phase is how it feels on the inside. As I was saying, I wish other people could feel it sometimes, just for a second. I don't want to subject them to it forever. I won't subject you to my existence. No, I'm joking. But just for a little bit. But that picture kind of sums it up. It's not good. Gary agrees. It's not good. Physical touch for me, I'm quite like, I like hugs. I just want to be accepted and loved, you know? So I quite like hugs. But like light touch, that can be an experience. That's not always great. And yeah, when it's like I'm in the middle of doing something and the touch is an interruption, most things, I think it kind of matches with the monotropism theory of autism, which I love to go on about all the time. But most things, I don't like them if they're an interruption. If they're not an interruption and I've asked for them and they're planned, that's the difference. Oh no. Mentally, I'm here. I don't know how to feel about this. At first glance, I was like, oh, that's nice. The chicken's in the sea. But then I'm like, is the chicken okay in the sea? And then why is he in a pot? Did he escape? He was going to be boiled in the pot. And then he managed to escape and use the pot as his escape boat. I hope you're okay, chicken. I hope you're okay. Me remembering every lyric I've ever heard. Me remembering to complete daily life tasks. Why are there so many Spongebob memes? Is it just autism memes or are there just a lot of Spongebob memes in general? Yeah, I'm quite good at picking up lyrics. There's been discussion on the Discord, like a lot of autistic people just don't really listen to the lyrics at all and don't take them in. So it can be either way. I just think it depends from person to person. But yeah, there's a few other people who are like me who like pick up lyrics really, really fast. For me, I basically enjoy listening to a song on repeat until I know all the words and then I feel like I've got all the juice out of them and then I need to move on to another song, get my clutches on that, and then I'll squeeze all the, you know, lyrics out of that one. Me remembering to complete daily tasks. Yeah, haven't really eaten anything today, but you know, I can tell you every lyric of every Taylor Swift song ever, so what does it matter? What does it matter? What does it matter? Listen, I dream of being a woman with a skincare routine that always smells good and eats vegetables, but I'm a swamp demon and I'm doing what I can with that. I mean, like, I've tried to get better with skincare things. I've got my retinol and I've been trying to put on sun cream more often, as everyone recommends that you should. But yeah, for years I was just like washing my face with the same stuff as my body and like putting body moisturizers on my face and all sorts of things that you're not supposed to do. This video came up and I recommended that I end up watching, which was like about how to get the clean girl aesthetic. And I was like, what are you talking about? So it made me click, the title got me in. And it's like, yeah, about, there's a whole thing of this clean girl aesthetic where you wear quite neutral colors and you do this very sleek, scraped back hair. If you have your hair down, it has to be very clean. Like, you need to always make sure you smell good. These are the best clean girl perfumes. I was just like, oh my gosh, this seems like so much work, so much effort. I was like, no, it made me feel kind of sick to my stomach watching it. I was like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing now as well? Like, no, thank you. I want my Christmas tree earrings, my Powerpuff Girl jumper. This is my aesthetic. Tear tinsel. There we are. Me trying to catch the same feelings for Christmas as I had about Halloween. I ended up just inheriting my Christmas tree from my parents because once I left home, they just didn't really bother to put it up. So then I've got it. So it's a black tree with lights built in. And then we have white tinsel that looks like snow. And then the Christmas decorations are all the ones that I had when I was small. And then we've got a few new ones as well. They're all basically almost entirely Disney decorations because that's what my mum got when I was really young. I'm not massively into Disney. I enjoy watching Frozen with my child, you know, and stuff like that, but I'm not like, it's not a special interest or anything like that, but I think it's nice just having a cohesive theme. But if I had to start again, I feel like I'd do something really weird with my tree. Like, I'd end up with like all Halloween related decorations or something, just as a kind of like anti-Christmas sort of thing. I don't know. It's that time of year again. Don't forget to hang your mistletoes. Have you hung your mistletoes? It's quite cute. Like, I think I'd prefer that to mistletoe. I don't know if I've ever known anyone who's actually had mistletoe. Have I ever actually seen mistletoe in real life? I feel like it's a bit like quicksand or something, like one of those things that you feel like should come up in life a lot more than it actually does. I've certainly never been kissed under the mistletoe. I would much rather kiss under the mistletoe. That's probably a sign of PDA right there. God, you're an amphibian. Frog. What does that mean? God, it means you can breathe on land and in the water. Frog, OMG, you mean I'm a mermaid? God, no, that's not what Frog whispers, I'm the littlest mermaid. Oh no, that's kind of sad. Sorry everyone. Is it snowing outside? Oh my gosh, that would be quite appropriate if it was. I think there are some flakes of snow. There are flakes of snow falling. It's not gonna stick, but it's still cute. That's cute. Anyway, Christmas has fallen on the weekend, and it has fallen on the weekend. That's fun for my literal thinking. Autistic people there, you know, like when someone says something, even if we don't actually take it literally and we're able to decode what they mean, often I feel like the literal image, at least for me, pops into my head. So yes, Christmas has fallen on the weekend. She's defrosting. It's Taylor Swift Christmas Tree Farm. I'm just really thankful that it's not Mariah Carey. Christmas Tree Farm, you know, it sounds like a Christmas song. I'm not the biggest fan of Christmas music. If you've not heard Taylor Swift's, we were having a discussion about this on the Discord a while back actually. If you haven't heard Taylor Swift's old Christmas album that doesn't have this song on it, but her old Christmas album, there's some covers. There's Silent Night, there's Last Christmas she covers as well, and then she has some original ones on there. One of them is called Christmas Must Be Something More. Not a great tune, not her best songwriting, I have to say. So if you haven't heard that, that might be a treat. I don't know. I think the only Christmas song that I really like is The Pogues, Fairy Tale of New York. Thank you so much for being here. If you want a chance to have your memes appear on the next Autism Memes, then feel free to go over to my Patreon and join and get in the Discord and get on the Neurospicy Memes channel and get your memes in there. And you know what? If you time it right, you'll be famous. Your memes will be famous. If you do join, you get 2 exclusive videos every month. One will be like a kind of reaction. Sometimes I might go for things that are maybe slightly controversial or just like wouldn't work in a YouTube format for whatever reason. The second one is an autistic advice where people submit their problems. And if you missed the last meme reaction, I'll leave it linked on screen. Find out why you are a magic skeleton. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!